Hi, it's Mike Cole, and we're cooking again. And tonight we're going to cook meatballs, Manfredonia, the Gargano, the Puglia area of Italy. And we're going to do an old traditional recipe that my mom used to make, and then my wife Sharon has perfected. So here it is, the meatballs that you will adore. Well, you need, you can do it with just beef or just pork, but I have some beef, got ground veal and ground pork, all extra lean, and so those are the three meats you can use. You can use two of them, but again, the pork makes it sweet, same with the veal, and the beef is a bit drier. So you need those three meats. I'm going to add these three meats together into my bowl, and I'm going to then add a little bit of my West Indian pepper and salt, garlic into the mix a little bit. It's just basically pepper and garlic. And then what you need is about a third of a cup of breadcrumbs. Okay, mix that in. About a third of a cup of freshly chopped parsley, very important ingredient. The parsley goes into it. And then I chopped up some good old-fashioned garlic, a couple of large cloves into small little chunks. And so the garlic is in there. Also a little bit, about a spoonful of pesto with a lot of basil and oil and garlic in it. Just a little bit of extra flavor. A little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. You can also use Romano or mix, but this is Parmesan cheese that goes in there. So these are the main ingredients. Then I just do want to add just a touch of the calabrese oil, hot calabrese oil, just a little bit of kick to it. And also I have 1 egg that I'm going to add to it, just to help it to stick together. So that's the egg. And also you need a little bit of wine. This is local wine from Magnata here in Castlefield and Caledonia. And any red wine will do. A small glass of the red wine, half a glass. Just add to the mixture again, the red wine. I also like to add, just to give it a bit more moisture, a little bit of 1 teaspoonful of Pastorelli's tomato sauce, just to give it a bit more moistness. And I'm going to mix this all together. As you can see, it's pretty messy, but just mixing the cheese, the breadcrumbs, the parsley, all together. Okay, so I've got that all mixed together. Okay, now we want to get the meatballs. Get about a tablespoonful of meatball mix, get it all together, and you wrap it around, twirl it around, and you make it into a meatball about that size. You put it on parchment paper in a pan, again, about that size. You want them small. I mean, some people like them larger. There's controversy over how much, but again, smaller they are, the better, I guess. Done 2 trays of meatballs, and I am ready now on parchment paper. I'm going to put them in an oven at 325 for about 30 minutes. So I've got my oven already heated, and here are my trays ready to go. I have my second tray, again 325 for about a half hour. We're going to prepare our sauce. In the sauce, again, we usually put in olive oil, 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I also like to put in, again, just a touch of pesto, nothing too much of the pesto. And again, I put in pepper and garlic. So this it's from Erie. They're very affordable seasonings. It's pepper and garlic. So I'm adding that, and I have a few more cloves of garlic left here that I'm going to put in. Put it on the stove to basically stir fry this. So I'm going to put this on. As this is on, I'm just heating this up. I'm using a bit of tomato paste, a couple spoonfuls of Unico tomato paste. I'm going to add that to the sauce. Another spoonful of tomato paste. I'm also going to put in another cup of local Magnotta wine. This came courtesy of Ernie Lustig. A nice high heat. And then I'm adding half a quarter of a glass of red wine. Again, it's on pretty high. And I also like to add just a pinch of the Calabrian hot sauce, just the oil. We also, sometimes we add a bit of cheese to our tomato sauce, just a bit. So that's you can see that's the look of the sauce that's heating up. The icing on the cake is Passarelli's homemade tomato sauce. You can get this at different stores, bottled form, but this is homemade sauce we do every July. And I'm just going to turn this down, and I'm just going to add the sauce to the wine, the garlic, and the pepper, and the oil. And I would cook the sauce for about, because this is pre-cooked sauce, so you just need about 15 minutes. And so my meatballs are cooking, my sauce is ready to go, and we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll add the meatballs to the sauce. I've let them cook for a half hour. These are the meatballs. You can see a lot of the fat and grease has come out of them, and that's why these are healthier. And I have my sauce that I've been cooking. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the meatballs into the sauce. Okay, so then as I get my meatballs in here, I'm going to stir them a bit in here, and then I'm going to cook them in the sauce for about half hour. Okay, so now I've put all the meatballs here. They've cooked for about half hour or 40 minutes, depending on how small. So they're all ready to eat here. We're just going to try a couple here. As you can see, they're not big meatballs, a little bit of sauce here. Will give you an idea of the taste. So I'll cut one here, and we'll see how my meatballs pugliese style came out. So let's see what they taste like. Saporito. And the sauce. Beautiful sauce and meatballs. It came out great. Hope you enjoy the meatballs and eat them with gusto. Thank you.